Hello, my name is Lisa Tomey, and I want to celebrate today as World Poetry Day. It is started through UNESCO, and it is a time to reflect on the importance of poetry in our lives. And on that note, I would like to read to you a poem which I wrote in my book called Silver Linings, Reflections of Life and Hope Through Poetry. It's called Adjusting Lenses. Humankind's nature often means brisking each day, keeping steady pace. What happens when it changes, when the leaves of life falter? As the elder man finds the keys don't play as well, hearing notes less clear, it's an evolvement of life requiring tune-ups often. When grandmothers cry because their children are old, no longer in laps, still waiting for the snuggles, taking them back to a time when. As life slows down, keeping in mind the goodness, days when suns are high, looking to the skies for hope, seeing joyfulness each day. Adjusting lenses, early in the children's lives, seeing and learning. Each day is perfectly made for any age to delight. Thank you. I want to tell you about something that's going to be coming up. It actually starts on March the 22nd, so that's tomorrow. I'm having a poetry workshop, the Garden of Neuro. It is for women, by women, for women. It is designed to, the course is Poetry 101, and it's designed to help people who don't understand poetry, maybe understand it a little bit better, help poets, maybe try some new things or become more aware of maybe some techniques that they haven't tried. This could be a refresher as well. So if, maybe you've written poetry in life, but maybe it's been a good while and you just kind of need to kind of dust off the keyboard and try your hand at some poetry. Poetry 101 could be the class for you. One of the beauties of this class is that it will be recorded so that if you do have a schedule that doesn't really meet the time of the course, you could still take the course. It is nice if you can be present, but it's not always possible, especially because we live in a world, a whole world. We are on different time zones, and right now you may hear the birds chirping behind me, but someone else is looking at the moon. So we have to take that into consideration. But by having the opportunity to watch and listen to the recordings, participate in the activity board so that you can keep up with communicating with each other about the different lessons. And you'll be able to access your homework assignments. What is a course without some homework? And go from there. It does start on March the 22nd. It is from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can take a look at your different time zones to see how that works for you. And it will be a 4-week course every Tuesday, same time. And you can, like I said, you can go with the recordings. If you can't start till next week, then just watch the recording from the week prior, then, catch up. The course is $40 and try to keep it reasonable. And that's mainly what I have to say about that. And just to give you a little bit of a preview, I want to share with you a couple of things about poetry. And first of all, to try to define what is poetry, and that sometimes it's hard to define. But poetry is a type of literature or artistic writing that attempts to stir a reader's imagination or emotions. The poet does this by carefully choosing and arranging language for its meaning, sound, and rhythm. Some poems, such as nursery rhymes, are simple and humorous. Other poems may try to express the truth about life, to tell a story, or to honor a person or a god. Poetry appears in a great many forms and styles. This makes it difficult to define exactly. And that is from the Encyclopedia Britannica. What differentiates poetry from other forms of writing is structure. Words are arranged in various forms, often in lines, called stanzas. While this is often the general way poetry is presented, there are variations from following a carefully defined number of syllables, such as haiku, sestina, sonnets, and many other forms, to a more loosely defined free form of poetry. Modern poetry may vary considerably from traditional forms, and the art allows for this variety of expressions. Some of the more modern types of poetry are blackout poetry, although it goes back 250 years, and American haiku. While it goes back to Plato, ekphrastic poetry has become popular in these days. And if you're in the poetry circle of the Garden of Neuro Institute, once in a while we put up an ekphrastic poetry prompt, which is a photograph or picture to interpret and write a poem from. Thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. I hope you will consider the course. And if not, come on over to the Poetry Circle and join in and try your hand at poetry. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.